Hey everyone, this is Vickriman and welcome back to Tyranny. We just started here in this little area and had a bit of a scuffle with some of the Oathbreakers, the members of the Vendrian's Guard who've broken the treaty that we so graciously offered when the conquest came about of this land. So, yeah, we are here to deliver an edict to the Archons who are trying to put down this rebellion. They're not doing so well, so the Overlord's like, hey, do it within, I think it's like 16, maybe 10 days, something like that. And, or everyone in the valley is going to die. So here we are at the camp to deliver that message. And we got a little bit of a situation here with Mr. Sterling Hagnon, who doesn't understand what I've done to offend. I respect that these are now disfavored lands, and I'm happy to give the Legion a proper toll. But she's going on about trading rights. What nonsense is that? I am not allowed to trade one thing for another. It's not like I'm selling weapons to angry peasants or anything of the sort. What shall we say? I would say, that is true, because Kyros has some fairly strict trade laws. I learned this in my other playthrough, and we'll probably see that more and more as we go. Yeah, you get trade permits for particular items. Yeah, and they have to go to the Bastard City and talk to Tunon. That should make the long trek a bit more bearable. We are a fatebinder, so we can make some decisions. Do love to throw their judgments around. Yes, we do indeed. Well, you could rob me now and have my supplies today, or you can leave me alive and have fermented honey all year long. I even know a few family recipes for painkillers and healing draughts. Certainly any army will need those. Oh, look at my little, my insight from being a hunter. How stupid do you think I am? Slow down, I'll tell you everything, just don't hurt me. I found most everything out in the forests of the valley. Keep my head low when I heard sounds of combat, then take a look and grab whatever wasn't claimed. So you stole from the disfavored dead. How else did you get your hands on that iron? You would come here and sell us our own ornaments? If anything has an owner, I will return it, but this iron would have turned to rust if left in the mud of the battlefield. The disfavored are few in number, is that not right? You need a man like me to gather up supplies that would otherwise go to waste. Yeah, I mean, he's really being pretty shady, so we're going to have him leave the cart for Graven Ash and never come back. Thank you, Fatebinder. I know others of your ilk would gleefully meddle in our affairs at every opportunity. Proclaim these trappings of the Overlord for use by the disfavored. If you want to live, take 2 steps to your left and don't move a muscle. Spitting towards his own cart, mutters a half-garbled curse. Okay, yeah. This is all your fault, you Kyros dog. Slow down a moment. I know we're both eager to watch the Archons bicker over tactics like a pair of magpies, but I need to ask you something. What is that? The voices of Nerat told me that you've come as a mediator. Considering the source, well, I can't help but feel I'm only hearing half the story. So let's have it out. What's so special about you? What else is the voices of Nerat told you? I'll tell her. That makes a crazy kind of sense, considering how long the siege has taxed the armies. I can understand why Kyros would send you the edict to speed things along. You read it? Do you know what it says? The Archons must claim Ascension Hall by Kyros' Day of Swords. So the Day of Swords is the 26th day of every month. So there are 26 days in every single month. It is a day of holiday and rest for all within the Overlord's Empire. It is the last day of the span, basically a month. It is referred to by the span's name. Kyros' Day of Swords, therefore, is the 26th day of the span of swords. So does that make sense? It's actually kind of a neat little calendar system. One more thing for the Archons to fight over. Well, thanks for cluing me in. If Kyros sends any lightning our way, just tell me when to duck. The war tent is past the center of the camp. Be careful around these disfavored types. They take their work seriously. Most have suffered too many blows to the head. Well, I suppose that's probably true. Oh, I need to... Whoops. What? Nothing. No. That's the button I want. Ah, yes, we need to set the AI. I think we'll keep her on default for now.
Not happening.
Our subterfuge is not high enough. That's too bad. Hey, let me in. It's an honor to have you in camp, Fatebinder. Sorry in advance for all the arguments your presence will bring out. Hopefully it won't be like back in Stalwart with the chorus trying to claim our work slaves. Just because they can't win a battle without crippling losses. Just insulted my brothers and sisters. In my book, that's a dispute between the armies. Are you going to stand for that? I just want to get through the gate. Go then. Far be it from me to demand any propriety in the army of ours. That's really a very minor thing. Hail to you, guardian of the law. If you have a few excess rings weighing you down, best unburden yourself. You know that if the disfavored suffer a merchant in their camp, that must be a man selling only the finest provisions and ornaments. Take a look. See what interests you. Let's see if we can find something you might like. Okay. So yes. We can probably sell some stuff. Well, I've got this sword. I think eventually I'm going to maybe use that one. How does that compare? Seems to be a better shield, but the recovery time is greater. It's pretty good, though. I think maybe we want to use this one. With the melee, right? Because it'll be in close combat. That makes sense. Eventually I do want the different types of damage. And what I can do is take a talent that will allow us to have more than just the 2 weapon sets. That guy's name is Bitterquip. It's very funny. We don't have enough lore, but we will keep this because we'll probably have a companion with a good amount of lore.
It's all in the reflexes.
Oh, we got an axe. A great axe. So we're not really using that for the moment. Alright, it looks like there is something else here. I guess He's got some free stuff. Stone shield gloves. Okay, well that seems to be a fairly big improvement in every single way possible. So we shall wear that. Who are you? What does old Bitter Quip have to say? Probably a bitter quip. Sniffing your turn. Reporting the Iron Hag is an insult. She fought one duel for her title. Won. Her leadership must be continuously proven. Earned. Defended. Weakness should bleed to the bottom of the army, not rise to the top. My assignment here is an insult, but one I will bear for the good of the chorus. If only to see with my own eyes the failure of the disfavored, that will be a fine day. The chorus is the future of the tiers. I feel only derision and pity for those who fear our inevitable ascension. What in particular would you like to know? What is your role, sir? I am a blood chanter. My magic can turn the will of man in the tide of battle. I have held command for 3 years now. Though being forced to keep an eye on the disfavored is not the reward I had envisioned for my service thus far. He is supreme commander and public servant. He who sets us free but directs all. The voices of Nerat is the epitome of what each of us can be. A magician without equal and the leader of uncountable numbers. The voices and the chorus are one. Conquering and expanding, growing, changing, always stronger. Glory to the voices. That makes sense. Voices being part of the chorus.
Interesting.
Oh. Huh? We found something. Ah, here it is. Iron dagger. I think maybe that might be an improvement for you. We shall see. Lucia and Marcus. I am Lucia. This is Marcus. You've been assigned to your hospitality while you remain on disfavored ground. If you should need a place to rest, we can make the necessary preparations. What can we do for you? Let's see. Marcus, not sure there's much to tell you. I trained at Fort Resolution. This is my first campaign, and I'm proud to be with the Legion. I was wounded at the gates of judgment, but Graven Ash's protection mended me good. I owe my life to him. Are you bragging that you let your guard down and took a spear to the gut? You really shouldn't boast about a filthy tearsman besting you in battle. You're just bitter that Lord Ash never seems to notice you. Alrighty. What about Lucia there? I do this, and I do this. Lifts a shield and stabs in the air. Playing host is not my strong suit. I've seen the Legion through my share of the campaign. After so much bloodshed, our pretenses of honor can wear me down. The North is my home, and I consider each and every one of the ironclad bastards in this camp to be family. You won't find another army where each member of the phalanx is as beloved and cherished as the next. What can they train me in? You can train me in one-handed weapons, two-handed weapons, and parry. And what about you? Thrown weapons, dodge, and athletics. I think we'll take some thrown weapons training. It's real cheap, so dodge would also be quite useful. And a bit of athletics. We can probably train Verse as well, because why the heck not? I think Marcus is probably the person to do that with. Train up parry and one-handed weapons, for sure. That'll be good. So, let's head on in. And meet with the Archons. Hey guys.
That's 4 reports of avalanches in the mountains now. The Tiersmen can barely count past 9. They have neither the capacity nor the cause to close off the mountain passes. Either way, that leaves the 2nd and 4th cohort trapped outside the valley.
He is a large man with a big enchanted armor.
Or it's the work of your perfidious Earthshakers. Only a fool would not suspect a traitorous Archon of poisoning the mind of his students with sedition. We would have killed the Earthshakers Guild for their master's treachery, but I'm sure you have some perfectly valid reason for allowing them to live as your pawns.
He passes a scepter between his hands as he speaks. Okay, so you know how we have the tooltips on the text? When it's the voices of Nera, if he's twirling the rod, you can go over it and he actually like speaks to your mind. I think it's a really cool effect. Well, hello there, fatebinder. We'll be with you in just a moment.
Hey, watch yourself. When these two get going, you don't want to get between them.
Okay. So, I'm just gonna talk.
Did I give you permission to speak?
What a rude guy.
Ah, the Stormcaller. Conveniently late once more. Our eyes and ears tell us you come bearing an edict. The anticipation is killing us.
The disfavored cut a bloody swath through the realm of Stalwart by 4:30. It was clear that the countryside had fallen, but the last of Stalwart's regents would remain hidden in the massive keep at his fate in the battle.
My soldiers tell me you helped Commander Drotus on your way through Edring. You honor the court with your selfless cooperation, for that is the sort of camaraderie that Kyros demands of us all. Modesty is your prerogative, but know that cooperation and goodwill have been rarities of late. You do your Lord Tunon a great honor by aiding your cousins in the disfavored.
No, don't mind us while you trade your... Sure, the fatebinder has come because our company lacks in small talk.
For the 2nd time, Brother Tunon selects you for the glory of proclamation. You should be honored. Tell us, what has the Overlord decided to unleash upon the Oathbreakers?
We could be real cheeky. Slightly less cheeky. Or just kind of matter of fact. I think we'll just tell him. The earth sways with each word you utter, the earth thickening with warmth as you pronounce the tersely phrased commandment. It's every syllable drafted by the hand of Kyros. With the edict proclaimed, your pulse quickens and the muscles in your legs, worn from a long trip down the mountain, feel renewed, the tired limbs now nearly buoyant with vigor. Oh boy.
The Overlord means to compel us into action. No doubt the avalanches in the mountains are part of this ultimatum. We must conquer the Oathbreakers or die in failure. There is no room for error, and no other way out of this valley alive. We'll need to advance across the Mittani. We lose everything if we stand still, and we move to back up Plan Green. The Earthshakers didn't make it over the mountain in time. So we do this the hard way. Over the walls instead of through.
Okay.
So you found your backbone at last! Oh, we were worried past humiliations would make you soft, timid. That was a record for you, right? The baker's dozen lost in one sortie. If you had waited for the chorus reinforcements, maybe we'd have eyes and ears on the matter.
Watch him squirm. So many tears over replaceable, expendable, useless soldiers. I miss the old Archon of war. You'd never see blood echo in a blubbering mess over a few dead killers. He'd used the knuckle bones of his best disciples for jewelry, and even made a breastplate out of his dead brother's rib cage. 'Cause that's how a real man deals with grief. You're a very unpleasant fellow, aren't you? Oh, that sounds... yeah.
The fatebinder. Thought you had the memories of one of those oathbreakers rattling about that bronze gourd of yours. Would Kyros' mighty spy master please enlighten this gathering of allies with some scrap of strategic...
New face of the masks presents itself.
Our river was to be the bulwark, but with the tidecasters slain, what hope remains? It's so cold in here. Help me.
The use of the term "our river" suggests this is the voice of the late Matani Zhenev, ranking member of the Vendrian Guard. The wealthy house Matani owned much of the realm of Apex before the coming of Kyros, and the major river in the valley bears the Matani name.
Our sources tell us the Oathbreakers had some sort of magical trick in store. But this knowledge is tinged with fear, trepidation. If we make a move for the Matani, we suspect the Oathbreakers will mount a counterattack that is equal parts valiant and futile.
That's Matani Zhenev.
Young Fatebinder. When the Vendrian Guard surrendered, Matani Yanev had the audacity to demand an audience. Being the gracious Archon we are, we obliged. What the good captain knew, we now know.
So he, like, sort of absorbs people. And that's why he's a plural being, right? The voices of Nerat. It's a very creepy sort of thing. My lord, Barrick and his band have been drilled on the Echo Call assault plan. The Crescent Runners should be briefing him as we speak. Regarding the latest enemy movements along the river, I will dispatch him at once. And I will ensure the chorus stands ready to march. Is that if the disfavored can take the river, the chorus has the manpower to secure the outer ring of the valley.
Soldiers clamor for battle, and at last we shall have it. Verse, we command you to continue guarding the Fatebinder. Tunon's Chosen is our honored guest, and must be shown our finest hospitality.
I won't let you down, boss. He'll get through the campaign in one piece, as long as he doesn't do anything too stupid.
And before we forget, we have a debt to settle. Last year, when our warriors got confused about supply lines, so kind of you to understand how things get muddled in the fog of war.
Suit yourself, Fatebinder, the more you ignore us.
Finally, the fool and his puppet are gone. Perhaps now I can hear myself think. Rarely do I question Kyros' judgment. But I will never understand why the voices of Narot is given such authority. I shudder to think what will become of us all should Tunon favor him in the end. Though the edict threatens the Scarlet Chorus just as it threatens us, I cannot shake the feeling that our allies will work against us.
What makes you think that?
And your name has been known to the Legion since the very beginning of this long conquest. So I'd ask that you join us this one last... If you wish to be counted amongst the glorious, speak with the Iron Marshal. She will direct the order of battle until we are ready for the final push into the Citadel.
Sounds good, man. I'm short a few scouts, short a few soldiers, short a few everything. I'm sure my brethren would be grateful for the assistance of a skilled outsider. I will be at the training grounds readying the soldiers. Find me when you are ready. And though I'm loath to mention it, the chorus can likely use your assistance. They certainly won't secure the Outer Valley on their own. Fifth Eye will be somewhere in that rat's nest they call it camp due east. Seek him out if you must. First time you proclaimed an edict, you gave the enemy a suspicious amount of time to ready themselves. I chalk it up to excessive mercy for a backwards people. But when the edict is against your kin, that order you follow to the letter. Of. I tire of all this endless prattle. I am the Archon of War, and the Overlord has decreed battle. If you wish to help, go speak with my soldiers. Return when you have done something useful. Alright, man. Just trying to make conversation. Alright, well, we are out of time for today's episode. Thanks for watching. We will be continuing in the next episode and finding out what our tasks shall be. So we'll see you then.